Hello, and welcome to the Verlicity AI podcast. I'm Christian Worthington, co-founder of Verlicity AI, where we focus on helping businesses integrate real-time data into self-hosted AI solutions. I've spent years in AI development, and one thing that never ceases to amaze me is the sheer potential of human and machine collaboration.
And I'm Sandra Giffen, also co-founder of Verlicity AI. By training, I'm a lawyer, but my real passion lies in product development in the AI space. Together, Chris and I launched Verlicity AI to help businesses unlock the power of self-hosted AI, balancing performance, privacy, and domain-specific insights for an ever-changing marketplace. We're thrilled to have you with us today.
In this episode, we'll explore a topic that seamlessly merges history, technology, and business innovation. We're talking about the concept of freestyle chess, pioneered by Garry Kasparov, and how it shows us the future of AI collaboration. If you think this story is just for chess enthusiasts, think again. The lessons are so relevant to companies of all sizes, from startups looking to build a competitive edge to large enterprises aiming to transform their operations.
That's right. Back in 1997, the world watched as Garry Kasparov, a reigning world chess champion, lost a match to IBM's supercomputer, Deep Blue. It was a pivotal moment, not only in chess, but also in how we perceive the relationship between humans and machines. Some commentators claimed it was the singularity. Many believed that was the end of human prowess in chess, but Kasparov took a different approach. He said, and I quote, "Weak human plus machine plus better process is superior to a strong human or a strong machine alone."
That quote is more than just a catchy line. It's a guiding principle for how we should think about AI in business. Kasparov pioneered freestyle chess, where teams of humans and AI work together, often outperforming both human grandmasters and standalone AI systems. So if you're a business leader, a manager, or just curious about where AI is heading, this discussion is absolutely for you.
We'll walk through the core idea of human-AI collaboration and then apply those lessons to today's business world. We'll also highlight why self-hosted AI solutions have become so crucial, particularly in an era of data privacy concerns and intense competition. So, if you've been debating how to bring AI into your organization, or maybe you're already experimenting with public AI services, this conversation is going to offer a fresh perspective.
And that fresh perspective couldn't be more relevant. Data security, regulatory requirements, and competitive advantages are all at stake. We'll tie in lessons directly from Kasparov's experiences, real-world business examples, and, of course, our own expertise from Verlicity.ai. So get ready. This is going to be a detailed look into a topic that's shaping the future of work, technology, and beyond.
Let's begin with the historical moment that set the stage. Garry Kasparov losing to IBM's Deep Blue in 1997. This event was monumental. Kasparov had been the dominant force in chess, and many saw the defeat as a sign that machines had surpassed human intelligence, at least in this very strategic, calculated domain.
Exactly, but rather than sinking into a deep depression and folding, Kasparov started thinking, what if humans and machines worked together? The result was freestyle chess. The concept involved chess players using AI engines as advisors, pulling moves, evaluating positions, and effectively forming a hybrid team. And do you know what happened? Those hybrid teams often outperformed both the best human grandmasters and the best standalone AI engines.
Right. Why did that happen? Because humans bring creativity, strategic thinking, and ethical considerations, while AI adds unmatched computational power, data processing, and pattern recognition. When properly integrated, the result was something that exceeded the sum of its parts. That's exactly what we're talking about today. Human intuition plus AI computation equals superior outcomes.
Think about it. If AI can evaluate 1,000,000 positions in a fraction of the time it takes a human, but the human can pick the most contextually relevant path, you suddenly have a synergy that's tough to beat. That's freestyle chess in a nutshell. Now, let's scale that up to a business environment, because the parallels are striking.
In business, we face complex challenges every day. We have market analysis, competitive research, product development, and a never-ending stream of strategic decisions. If an AI system can crunch the data, see patterns we might miss, or forecast trends we can't fully grasp, that's a game changer.
It sure is. But what's really interesting is that Kasparov learned it's not just about sticking an AI engine next to a human. There's a process element. That is, how humans and machines interact can be the deciding factor between success and mediocrity. If the interface is clunky, or if the human fails to trust the AI's recommendations, or if the AI lacks crucial data, it can all fall apart.
Kasparov's quote says it best: "Weak human plus machine plus better process is superior to a strong human or a strong machine alone." So, as we set the stage for the rest of the episode, keep in mind, the synergy lies not only in combining forces, but combining them well.
And let's emphasize that last point. The synergy exists, but you have to harness it the right way. This is the lesson that underpins almost every instance of AI-human collaboration. When we talk about our Verlicity.ai platform and self-hosted AI, we're essentially trying to replicate that freestyle chess dynamic in real business contexts, whether it's finance, healthcare, manufacturing, or any other industry that deals with complex data and critical decisions.
We'll dig deeper into the examples and specifics soon, but suffice it to say, Kasparov's defeat didn't mark the end of human intelligence. It was a turning point. It showed us that machines can be formidable, but in partnership with human creativity, we can achieve results far beyond what either could accomplish alone. Now that we've set the historical context, let's pivot to how these chess insights apply to business. In freestyle chess, humans bring strategic flair, ethical considerations, and a kind of intuitive risk management. Meanwhile, the AI handles brute force calculations, pattern spotting, and optimization tasks. That's precisely the model we see succeeding in multiple industries today.
For example, in finance, analysts can collaborate with AI to detect market trends, predict fluctuations, and optimize investment portfolios. Humans still need to interpret these findings, gauge the broader economic context, and decide how to move forward. But AI can highlight anomalies or patterns that would be invisible to a human analyst scanning thousands of data points.
And in healthcare, doctors and nurses are leveraging AI-assisted diagnostics to spot early signs of diseases and recommend personalized treatment plans. The human touch, however, remains vital for patient communication, ethical decisions, and contextualizing the machine's output within a holistic understanding of a patient's life.
Manufacturing, too, is a great example. AI can drive predictive maintenance, identifying when a machine is likely to fail, saving costs, and reducing downtime. However, the decision on how to schedule repairs, allocate manpower, or adapt production schedules still requires a nuanced human perspective that accounts for real-world constraints.
This is all reminiscent of freestyle chess because the team, the AI plus the human, works best when each side does what it's best at. The AI crunches the numbers. The human provides insight, creativity, and an ability to weigh intangible factors. Put them together effectively, and you have a competitive advantage that can be hard to match.
And that advantage can be massive. Just like how freestyle chess teams outperform top grandmasters or top AI systems alone, businesses that successfully integrate AI often outperform those that stick to purely human-based decision-making or purely automated systems with no human oversight.
It's about synergy. A purely human-driven approach might miss critical data insights, while a purely AI-driven approach might ignore contextual nuances or ethical considerations. The sweet spot is where you find that freestyle partnership.
And remember, part of this synergy includes adopting the right processes and the right tools. That's where we get into issues of user-friendly systems, clear communication, and trust. If your AI interface is opaque, your employees might not trust or understand its outputs. If it's too complicated, they may never use it effectively.
Yes, trust and reliability are crucial. Just like in freestyle chess, if the human player doesn't trust the AI, they might override its recommendations or underuse its potential. Conversely, if the AI is not transparent about how it reached a certain recommendation, the human might miss out on a critical piece of logic.
So, for business leaders listening, the takeaway is straightforward. If you combine human intuition with AI's computational might while using a well-designed interface, you can see performance gains that surpass either side working alone. This is a principle that resonates across every industry.
Now, let's talk about something Kasparov emphasized: the interface between humans and machines. In freestyle chess, the teams that won weren't just skilled at chess or had the strongest AI. They had a better process for collaborating with the AI. In other words, the best human-machine interface.
Exactly. You can have the best AI engine, but if your user interface is confusing, if players can't interpret the engine's suggestions or feed it the right data, the synergy breaks down. The same is true in business. Your AI could be top-notch, but if your staff doesn't know how to use it or doesn't trust it, you might as well have no AI at all.
Kasparov learned that it's not just about combining forces, but doing it effectively. A big part of that is the full exchange of information. If you're withholding data from the AI, say you only share part of your product inventory or partial financial logs, the AI can't perform at its best. You'll end up with half-baked insights.
That's a key parallel in business. We often see organizations dipping their toes into AI by giving it limited data. Perhaps they worry about data security or intellectual property, but ironically, by starving the AI of the very info it needs to excel, they sabotage the collaboration. Then they say, oh, the AI solution wasn't that helpful. Well, of course it wasn't, because it didn't have the data it needed.
Which brings us to the point of trust and openness. Kasparov saw that a weaker chess player who completely trusts the AI, feeding it all the information, following the engine's suggestions, often performs better than a stronger player who second-guesses the AI or withholds data. And that's because synergy requires full collaboration, not a half-hearted approach.
So how does this translate into the real world of business? It means if you're adopting AI, especially for critical business processes, you need to consider, are we giving the AI every piece of relevant data? Are we creating an environment where employees trust the AI's outputs? Is the interface itself intuitive and clear?
Right. If your employees don't understand how the AI arrived at a particular conclusion, if it's just a black box, they may not trust the output. And if they can't easily input critical context or data into the system, the AI might produce generic or misaligned recommendations.
This leads us to the concept of explainability, which is a big deal in AI ethics and design. We're not just talking about fancy UI design, we're talking about the AI providing transparent rationale for its suggestions. That can be as simple as stating, this recommendation is based on X data from Y source and Z historical trends.
And the benefit of that transparency is twofold. Employees trust the system more, and they can also spot check errors. If the AI says something completely bonkers, your human operators can go, wait, that doesn't align with reality, and figure out where the discrepancy lies.
Which is exactly the process that improves the synergy over time. Think about it as a feedback loop. The AI presents an insight, the human verifies or refines it. the AI learns from that feedback through retraining or contextual prompts, and your entire system grows stronger. This iterative approach was central in freestyle chess teams. They refine the engine's analysis and processes as they go along.
All of which underscores why the interface is everything, to quote Kasparov. You're not just tacking on an AI module to your existing workflow, you're fundamentally redesigning the workflow to maximize how humans and AI can collaborate.
And that's where the concept of self-hosted AI becomes super relevant, because if you want full data exchange, if you want total control over how the interface is built and how the data is secured, you need to host the system yourself.
We'll talk about that more in the next segment, but the gist is this. Public AI services might be convenient, but you often give up control over your data and your user interface. That can limit customization and increase risk. Two big issues if you're aiming for a secure, high-trust environment for AI collaboration.
So, let's summarize what we've covered so far. The human-AI interface matters for two big reasons: building trust and achieving that full exchange of information. If you do it right, you'll be like those winning freestyle chess teams, leagues ahead of any purely human or purely AI-based approach. If you do it wrong, you might end up with an expensive toy that no one fully utilizes.
Let's address a critical point. Why public AI services may not be the best solution for businesses that want to replicate this freestyle chess synergy. Let's talk about data privacy, competitive advantage, and regulatory compliance. These are major concerns.
Exactly. Public AI platforms, like the big cloud-based models out there, offer a lot of horsepower, but they come with inherent risks. For one, there's the possibility of data exposure. If you feed proprietary information into a shared AI ecosystem, that data could be used to train the public model, potentially giving your competitors an unintentional edge.
And there's also the risk of regulatory non-compliance. Depending on your industry, you might be subject to laws like GDPR, CCPA, or industry-specific regulations like HIPAA for healthcare. Sharing confidential data with a public AI could violate these rules if you don't have a watertight agreement on how the data is stored or processed.
Moreover, you lose a lot of customization potential. In freestyle chess, success depended on customizing the interface, the workflows, and the synergy. With a public AI service, you're often locked into whatever interface or API they provide. That can hamper your ability to create a seamless collaboration between human experts and AI.
And let's not forget the concept of competitive advantage. If you're feeding a public model with your unique data, you might just be improving that model for everyone else, including your competitors. That's a big no-no if you're working with mission-critical or proprietary insights.
So the bottom line is, while public AI can be convenient, it might also be the fastest way to erode your competitive edge. Plus, it can create compliance nightmares and hamper your ability to innovate the human-machine interface for your specific needs.
We see parallels with freestyle chess here as well. If you're using a public or generic engine without customizing the process, without controlling the data it sees or the feedback loops, it's like you're playing chess with a borrowed engine that's also helping your rivals play their matches.
Right, and that's where self-hosted AI becomes a game changer. You keep everything in-house, you decide how the model is trained, you decide how data is handled, and you can build the interface that your teams need to excel. No more leaking your secrets to a global AI service.
We'll discuss self-hosted AI solutions in more detail next, but the key takeaway here is public AI might be fine for low-level tasks or non-sensitive applications. But if you're looking at serious synergy, the freestyle chess kind that can reshape your organization, public AI might just be too risky and too generic.
Now let's talk about the solution, self-hosted AI. This is something we at Verlicity.ai are passionate about because we've seen firsthand how it unlocks the potential for true human-AI collaboration.
So, why is self-hosting such a big deal? The first reason is obvious: data control. When you host the AI model on your own servers or private cloud, you decide what data it sees and how it's stored. That means no more worrying about your proprietary information feeding a public model that your competitors might also use.
Exactly. Security and privacy go hand in hand. In many industries, think finance, healthcare, government, compliance is non-negotiable. A self-hosted AI ensures you remain in full compliance with regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, or other relevant laws because you can certify how data is processed and ensure it never leaves your environment.
The next big advantage is customization. In Freestyle Chess, teams would customize their engines and interfaces to maximize synergy. The same logic applies in business. You want an AI system that fits your workflows, your data structures, and your decision-making processes, not the other way around.
And let's not forget performance. If you have specialized data, like extremely large data sets unique to your industry, a self-hosted AI can be optimized to handle that data more efficiently, potentially outperforming a generic public model. You can also integrate real-time data pipelines so your AI is always up to date, giving you an edge in fast-moving markets.
Trust building is another underrated factor. When employees know that all data and outputs stay within the organization, they're more likely to trust the AI's suggestions. There's less fear that sensitive information might get leaked or misused. And that trust is essential for fostering the type of synergy Kasparov talked about.
So if you want to replicate that freestyle chess dynamic in your business, self-hosted AI is the path forward. You get control, customization, compliance, and performance all wrapped into one. You can design your interface so that your employees freely collaborate with the AI, sharing all relevant data without worrying about data leaks.
And from a strategic standpoint, self-hosting aligns with the principle of full exchange of information. If you trust your environment, you won't hesitate to feed the AI all the data it needs, which in turn produces better insights. That's where the win-win synergy occurs.
Now, self-hosting isn't just a matter of flipping a switch. It requires planning, infrastructure, and expertise. But the payoff is huge for businesses that want to do more than dabble in AI. It's for those that want to fully integrate AI into their decision-making workflows, much like a chess player using an engine for every move, rather than just checking the occasional hint.
So what we are saying is that self-hosted AI is the logical step if you believe in Kasparov's model of human plus machine plus better process. It's how you ensure your AI collaboration isn't compromised by external factors, limitations, or data governance issues. And as we'll discuss, it's essential if you want to future-proof your organization against the next big shifts in technology.
Let's dig deeper into one of Kasparov's core messages. The interface is everything. In the context of freestyle chess, this meant building tools that enabled players to easily integrate AI suggestions into their strategic thinking. In business, it means creating an environment, both technical and cultural, where employees can seamlessly interact with AI systems.
Think about user experience. If your AI interface is too technical, employees who lack a data science background might be intimidated. If it's too simplistic, it may not offer the granularity that power users need. Striking that balance is crucial, and that's where purposeful design comes in.
Another crucial aspect is transparency. Can users see why the AI recommended a particular decision? Can they trace the data sources or the logic chain? If they can't, they might feel skeptical or frustrated. On the flip side, too much detail can be overwhelming. So you might offer multi-layered transparency, simple explanations up front, with deeper dives for those who want them.
We should also talk about collaborative features. In freestyle chess, it's not just you and the machine. Sometimes you have a team of human players all working with the same AI or set of AIs. In a business environment, imagine multiple departments accessing the same AI to coordinate on a large project. Your interface should facilitate team-based workflows, version control, and shared data insights.
Exactly. And let's not overlook the need for continuous feedback. AI models learn and improve when they get feedback, like a Freestyle Chess engine refining its evaluations as the game progresses. In a self-hosted environment, you have the freedom to gather user feedback and feed it back into the model. This iterative learning can massively boost performance over time.
And from a cultural standpoint, employees need to understand that the AI isn't there to replace them. It's there to augment them, to act as a powerful advisor that can unearth insights that might otherwise stay hidden. Communicating that message is crucial for buy-in and effective use.
Which ties back to trust. If employees fear that the AI is just a step toward automation and job cuts, they won't fully embrace it. Part of your interface strategy is also an internal communications strategy, making sure people know that human plus AI is the future rather than AI instead of humans.
So, the bottom line is, designing for optimal collaboration means intuitive UX, a transparent decision-making process, support for multi-user environments, continuous feedback loops, and a culture that promotes trust and open data sharing. That's the recipe for success, whether you're building a freestyle chess interface or an enterprise-grade AI platform.
One thing that can't be overstated, the urgency of embracing AI collaboration. There are plenty of cautionary tales throughout history of major shifts leaving industry leaders in the dust. For example, Kodak and Polaroid, giants in the photography industry that failed to adapt to the digital revolution.
Yes, these companies were at the top of their game, but they were slow to adopt new technology. By the time they realized the future was digital, it was too late. They lost massive market share and ended up as cautionary footnotes in business history.
The parallel to AI is striking. We're at a point where data-driven intelligence is becoming the standard for competitive businesses. If you wait until everyone else has integrated AI, you'll be playing catch-up with organizations that have a massive head start, like the difference between a casual chess player and a freestyle chess team that's been honing their synergy for years.
That's why we say, start now. Even if you're unsure about the perfect use case, or if your data systems aren't fully mature, it's better to experiment and refine than to sit on the sidelines. Because the reality is that AI isn't going away. It's only going to become more integrated into the fabric of everyday business.
And if you're worried about the cost or the complexity of self-hosted AI, remember the cost of not adopting it, losing out on breakthroughs in efficiency, innovation, and market positioning. You risk becoming the next Kodak, overshadowed by more agile competitors who embraced AI early on.
We're not saying throw caution to the wind. We're saying begin strategizing your AI adoption now, with an eye toward the freestyle model, integrated, secure, and user-friendly. The lessons from Kasparov's journey tell us that if you do it right, you get unprecedented synergy. If you do it wrong or procrastinate, you might be outplayed in your own industry.
Plus, as we've discussed, self-hosted AI can actually help mitigate the typical fears about data leaks or regulatory compliance. So if your reason for holding back is security or privacy, a robust self-hosted approach addresses that.
Right. The bottom line is that technology adoption rarely waits for anyone. The same way smartphones quickly dominated the market, AI is on a similar trajectory, arguably even faster. So, for those listening, consider this your call to action. Don't let your business be the next cautionary tale.
We've outlined the why of AI-human collaboration, we've addressed public versus self-hosted, and we've stressed the importance of starting now. Let's get practical. How do you begin implementing a Freestyle Chess AI approach in your organization?
Step 1 is audit your data. Know what data you have, where it's stored, and how it's currently used. Because AI thrives on data, you need to ensure it's organized and accessible. That might mean cleaning up duplicates, establishing data pipelines, or clarifying ownership and permissions.
Exactly. Step 2 is define your use cases. You don't want to aimlessly apply AI to every part of your business. Look for areas where synergy would have the biggest impact, like a bottleneck in your current processes or a high-value decision-making scenario where data plays a huge role.
Step 3 is select your AI technology stack. This is where you decide if you'll build a custom model, fine-tune an open-source model, or collaborate with a vendor like Verlicity.ai for a self-hosted approach. The key is making sure you control your data and can tailor the interface to your needs.
Don't forget about infrastructure. Self-hosted AI requires computing resources, servers, GPUs, or at least a robust private cloud setup. If you're not set up for that, you might need to upgrade or partner with a managed service that offers secure hosting specifically tailored to AI workloads.
Then comes interface design, which we've discussed at length. Involve your end users, whether they are analysts, managers, or technical staff. Gather feedback on how they prefer to receive AI insights. Build prototypes, conduct user testing, refine, and only then roll out at scale.
And step 5 is employee training. The best AI system in the world won't help if your teams don't know how to use it, or if they're skeptical of its value. Offer workshops, lunch and learns, or formal training programs so people get comfortable with the new tools and understand they're still integral to the process.
That leads into step 6. Establish feedback loops. Whether it's capturing how often employees accept or reject AI recommendations, or using a dedicated channel for bug reports and suggestions, you need structured ways to improve your AI system over time. This iterative approach is exactly what Freestyle Chess teams use to sharpen their engines.
Finally, step 7, continuous governance. AI isn't a set-it-and-forget-it technology. You'll need ongoing monitoring to ensure it stays compliant with regulations, remains accurate as new data comes in, and aligns with your changing business goals.
Following these steps will set you up for a successful AI-human collaboration, a freestyle model for your organization. Yes, it requires planning and resources, but the ROI can be tremendous if you're committed to making it work. After all, synergy doesn't happen by accident, it's engineered.
Before we end this in-depth discussion, let's circle back to Garry Kasparov. He was once on the losing side of a man versus machine battle, but instead of conceding defeat, he said, "Humans and intelligent machines can reach new heights, neither can reach alone." That's the fundamental message we want everyone to take away today.
And that's really exciting. Kasparov's concept of freestyle chess is a blueprint for how businesses can harness AI without marginalizing human expertise. When done right, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Think about your organization. Where could you benefit from a co-pilot that sees data patterns you might miss, or an engine that can do in seconds what takes humans days?
We also hammered home the importance of an effective human-AI interface and a full exchange of information. If you starve your AI of data or fail to design a user-friendly platform, you won't capture that synergy. And that synergy is where the real innovation and productivity gains lie.
We then turned our sights on the dangers of public AI services, the potential for data leaks, competitive disadvantage, and regulatory headaches. If you're serious about AI collaboration, like those freestyle chess champions, you need control, security, and customization that public AI can't always offer.
Which led us to self-hosted AI solutions. By keeping AI in-house, you protect your proprietary data, customize the experience, and build the trust necessary for employees to fully engage with the system. That's the bedrock of effective collaboration. Like a chess player who has full command of their engine and can tweak it as needed.
We also stressed that the time to act is now. Think of Kodak and Polaroid. Being a market leader today means little if you can't adapt to disruptive technologies. AI is no longer optional. It's the new standard, and those who hesitate risk irrelevance.
Finally, we offered a roadmap, practical steps from data auditing to continuous governance to integrate a freestyle chess mindset into your business. If you follow these steps diligently, you position your organization to not only survive, but thrive in an AI-driven future.
So what's the next move for our listeners, Chris?
Well, if you're intrigued and ready to explore self-hosted AI solutions further, get in touch with us at verlicity.ai. We specialize in helping businesses design secure, customized AI platforms that truly embody that human plus machine plus better process synergy we've been talking about.
Remember, the goal isn't to replace human intelligence, but to augment it. Like Garry Kasparov realized, a partnership between human creativity and machine computation can break barriers and set new standards. And it all starts with a willingness to collaborate, fully, openly, and with the right infrastructure.
That brings us to the end of today's episode, everyone. We hope this analysis of Kasparov's freestyle chess and its parallels in business got you thinking about how you can push the limits of what your organization can achieve. I'm Christian Worthington.
And I'm Sandra Giffen. Thank you for joining us on the Verlicity.ai podcast. If you found this discussion valuable, please consider subscribing, sharing, and reaching out to let us know your thoughts. And look out for our next episode, where we'll be looking at human-machine collaboration from a more practical perspective. Chris will describe how we use AI to produce this show, and I'll share my experience doing a legal task. And we'll discuss the more general implications of humans and machines working together. Until next time, stay innovative and remember, the future is human plus AI.